Attention listener, the following broadcast has been created for entertainment and comedy purposes. If you do not find it funny or entertaining, just don't listen. LOL. Nobody is forcing you.
Hi. Hello. Hello. Welcome back to Absolute Nonsense, the podcast with me here. It's me, T. Today, I got a guest again. Like I told you guys last week, it's going to be me and a guest every single time. This time, we have a guest. It's going to be fun, I think. We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. Just going to do the usual stuff that we always do. I remember the Instagram, absolute.nonsense. First, every single vowel except for the first A is not in the sentence, so it looks like nonsense. And the Instagram, go on there, subscribe, get me to 100. I would appreciate it.
I think I just checked your Instagram. I think you're at 173.
YouTube, sorry. YouTube
right.
to 100.
Okay.
So look at this guy. You guys haven't even seen who it is yet.
He's at 6 on a YouTube.
76. Thank you very much, sir. But
I'm kidding.
I guess for now, guys, let's play the intro. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing my guest at this time, the man that could be my long-lost brother, the second funniest person in the room, comedian. Do you do anything else?
No.
Comedian. Thabo?
Thabo.
Yeah.
Thabo.
I knew I was going to fuck it up. Shuma.
good,
I can say that because I've met many Shumas.
Okay. Oh, really?
Yeah.
Really? That's
Yeah.
interesting. Well, thank you for having me on the show, first
Yes.
of all.
Here it is, guys.
I appreciate you inviting me onto your show. I really like it. I like your setup. I am shocked because usually I've never met any other Chumas except my family members.
So your family? Maybe you guys. Maybe it is your family.
Maybe it is. Yeah. Did you meet them here?
Yeah, it's here. They live in Armandale. Well, I went to school with them in
fucking
Armandale.
way.
Yeah, like
Whoa.
Denzel.
No.
No. Then yeah.
No.
That's how you know.
Fucking hell, man.
Well,
That's
you're
funny.
welcome.
I've been here in Perth for 4 years.
Yeah.
And I haven't really met a lot of other Zimbabweans. Like
At all?
Outside of people that I knew from before I moved here.
True.
Yeah.
I've met loads.
Right. Yeah. I mean, there's heaps here.
Yeah.
Like I'll
They're
drive
just hiding
around.
from you.
Exactly.
You must be the guy that we were talking about in the community. Going
Exactly.
oh no, I'm gonna get exiled now.
Because I'll drive around and I'll always see Zimbabwean
Flags,
stickers,
Everywhere.
on people's cars. Always on Prados.
Yes. Yes.
Zimbas love their Prados.
Yeah. Sukudugano.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah, just drives around with that big car.
Yeah, but it is strange because I come from Rockhampton in Queensland, which is a very small city. Mm-hmm. It's a city, but it's very small.
Never heard of it.
Exactly.
It must be small.
Yeah, keep that. That's a blessing. I knew it was unusual to see other black people. So anytime you'd see a black person, you'd always be like, whoa,
where'd you come from?
Yeah, what tribe are you? And then when I come over here, because there's so many black people, I'll be like, hey, and people are like, what's this guy you waving me down for?
It's all just a nod now. That's what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
Like everyone just nods back, smiles back. My dad talks to everyone, but I feel like that's every African dad. Just
yeah.
chaps. I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, yeah,
and he'd be like, I went to school with him in Zimbabwe in 1942.
They all know each other. They always do the move where they put their hands on their hip. Like, hey, and then a big swing of the arm and then put their hand on the hip. And then stagger
into a little teapot form.
Exactly.
Ready for that?
Yeah. And they always end up talking about ZANU PF.
ZANU?
ZANU. Matsoti. That's right.
Oh my goodness. It was great. I'm so happy you're here now. you just confirmed it. Oh no. Already the tears are coming out. It's a serious medical condition that I just cry when I laugh.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, it's awful.
Are you a movie cry or do you cry when you're...
I don't cry normally. It's
okay.
I think I don't cry so much when I'm sad. I cry when I'm overly happy.
Okay, I hear ya. I used to be like that, and then now
I got fixed. I'm good now. I talked to somebody.
I don't know what happened, man, but I cry at movies all the
True.
time. All the time.
True.
For like until probably like last year.
Oh my God! Look at me.
Oh fuck! I'm professional. What movie was it that broke?
That broke you?
Yeah, like I was watching.
Did a dog die?
No. It wasn't.
Yeah.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. When Yondu dies.
Yeah.
They're having
I remember the shivers when he freezes.
He freezes,
yeah.
and then so the whole story is Yondu, he's been kicked out of the Ravagers, and then he sacrifices himself, and then they have a big Ravager funeral, but he can't because he's not a Ravager anymore. But then the big twist is all the Ravagers come and like pay their respects. Oh, dude, I
got you.
Like, bawling. Bawling my eyes out. My girlfriend looking at me like, what a pussy. What a fucking bitch.
You were like, just remind her the Notebook. Then,
I don't even think she likes that movie. Her big one. She's big. Marley and Me. That one.
Dog's dying.
Her. Yeah,
That gets her. Yeah. Well, I have a thing now on here. Whenever a guest comes on, ask them 10 questions. Have come from ChatGPT.
Okay.
And they will get everyone to know you in a different way because they're extremely random questions. If someone's asked you these questions, I'll give you $100.
Okay.
If someone has asked you one of these questions before.
Ooh, I'm excited. I'm nervous now, actually.
All
right.
If you were a fruit, what fruit would you be?
Ooh. Easy. Cucumber.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is it like a penis joke in there?
Yeah.
You're like, that's
So
like...
you're just waiting for like the right lady to go shopping. No, I'm kidding. No, what fruit would I be?
Wait, is a cucumber even a fruit?
No, it's a vegetable. Yeah, that's why I'm stupid. It's a vegetable.
It's all right. It didn't click with me either.
Guavas. I love guavas.
Love a guava?
I love guavas.
I don't think I've had one.
Really?
Before. Can't remember. Oh, no. No, that's a feijoa. The big thing in New Zealand. Feijoas. You know what a feijoa is?
No.
We'll trade.
Okay, yeah, for sure, man.
Next time I come to your show, I'll bring you
yes, please.
a feijoa if I can find one.
When was the last time you were in Zim?
2018 or 15.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you did you stay like in the capital city? Or
In Harare, yeah.
Yeah. Or did you go like in
we
the
went
country
to
as well?
Kumusha,
Okay.
Shishawane, Sayendo Tese.
Oh, okay. Because there's
Went
a lot of guavas in Zimbabwe.
So they are they're like purple on the inside, different color?
No.
Pinky color?
No. Those are fuck, are those boysenberries? No.
No, they're green on the outside, but still pink on the inside.
Yes, sorry, my
Yeah.
bad. Yeah.
Okay, then
and
I
they've
have
got
had
little
one. And
seeds.
black seeds, and they're like kind of like little pebbles, little rocks. No?
They're small, but they're not black. They're white.
Eesh. It's a big difference. No.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah, I got no idea.
I had the hardest time finding them here.
Yeah.
And then the place that I'm living at now, there's a school across the way.
Yeah.
And the school is growing guavas.
Okay. I was like, what's your next word? Yeah.
I robbed the school. I robbed the school of their guavas.
They've been waiting for 2 years for their guavas. They're like, where are these guavas? They're supposed to.
Literally what happened.
They're meant to on a yearly schedule here, guys.
Yeah,
and little they know.
I took them.
If you could magically transform into any inanimate object, what would you transform into?
Oh, jeez. Okay. Well, first of all, I have been asked that question before.
Damn.
Yeah,
looks like I'm broke.
but my girlfriend, she's like, "Why are you so stiff?" No,
she must be a big fan of the podcast. She stole the question from me, so
okay, that's
you don't
good.
get the money. Yeah.
No,
So
yeah,
apologies,
she did. She is a big listener. Fuck, that's a tough one, eh? An inanimate object. I'd be like a sword.
I saw it.
Yeah.
Violent man.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'd be like an ancient sword.
Interesting. You just be hanging on the shelf. You know that, right? In some random
that's
some
true.
random dude's basement. Just
But
like,
it'd be like a rich dude.
like, this is my sword.
Yeah, it'd be like a rich dude's
You'd be-
basement. It'd
yeah.
be nice, air conditioned.
So you'd be comfortable.
Yeah, some Mexican lady will come and
Come and
wipe me
polish
every,
me.
every once in a while. and I'm just chilling there. Yeah.
If you were a flavor of ice cream, what combination of flavors would represent you?
Oh man, I'm not a big ice cream eater.
Oh, so sorbet? No, you don't like.
No,
cold,
I don't
you
like sorbet. Yeah, I'm not a big fan. I don't like the idea behind sorbet.
Would you just some conspiracy around it that you've got in your head?
No, because it's trying too much to be ice cream. It's dishonest. You know, like that vegan when the vegans they make like patties and shit.
Yeah.
It's like a almost meat patty.
It looks like meat. Yeah.
Tofurkey, whatever. It's like,
impossible meat.
exactly. Yeah, I find that dishonest, and that actually puts me off. I hate that shit. No, because it's like just make your own.
Just do something different.
Yeah.
Why are you trying to be meat if you don't want to eat the meat? If you don't like that, why are you trying to be like that?
Exactly. Yeah. It's like, man, I hate fucking people who wear t-shirts, and then you're wearing t-shirts.
No, you're wearing singlets.
Yeah. Exactly.
You're like, I hate t-shirts, but it's like, bro.
Yeah. So I don't like sorbet. Because I'm lactose intolerant, so I'll shit myself. What flavor ice cream? Oh, Neapolitan.
That's the one with the three things.
Yeah.
So
It's like chocolate,
little mixture.
vanilla. Yeah. I'm a big mixture of things. Yeah. How about you?
I love caramel. I like vanilla. Throw some vanilla caramelly thing.
Okay.
And from maybe chuck some almonds in there, and then from that Cadbury Black Forest one, those little black cooked biscuit things.
Yes.
Whatever the fuck they are.
Yes.
Those things. Whatever they are. I don't think I've ever met anyone that knows exactly what those things are.
Fuck.
I just thought they were cookies, but I'm not sure. That's
They're
just
not
me.
cookies.
They're not cookies, isn't it? They're just little black pearls.
Is that like?
Not the crunchy ones, not the soft things. They're
Yeah, the crunchy ones.
The crunchy things. Whatever those are, I think I would love those in there.
Okay.
I think.
Fuck, what are those things? Now I'm like,
asking the real questions here.
Yeah.
If you had to live in a fictional world from a book or movie, which one would you choose?
That's a very good question, because most of the fictional books or movies that people like, if you were to live there, it would be horrible.
You reckon?
Oh yeah, like if you like.
So the one we got is always Harry Potter.
Harry Potter, right? You go to school.
Yeah.
Half the teachers are like, you know when like Americans are like, we want guns in schools, and we're all like, that's dumb. That's Harry Potter. Like everyone has a gun.
Everyone has a gun. Yeah.
Everyone has a weapon, and
of utter destruction.
And there's ghosts like running around. One of them's trying to molest you. Remember that one tried to molest Harry? What's the name? Myrtle?
Oh, Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning Myrtle.
Moaning
Myrtle.
It's
in the name. Moaning
It's
Myrtle.
in the name. Why is she not on the sex offender registry?
Just because
fucking.
they're like, we don't know where she is. We can't
terrorists
find her.
like just like
walking
come
around
to school.
the country. Yeah. I'm with you. Okay.
That would be awful to live in Harry Potter land.
So I know my choice isn't a good place to live.
Okay.
It's Transformers. That universe, just to like watch, because every Transformers movie is in a different city. But if you do the math, they're like 5 years apart.
Oh,
so it's like Chicago got destroyed 5 years ago.
Right.
So in a couple of years, we've got New York gonna blow up, then LA.
Yeah.
And we're like, what's next, guys? I think that'll be fun.
How long do you think until it gets to Perth? That'll be a sad
What?
Transformers. Optimus Prime is a Holden. It's a Holden Commodore.
Yeah.
He's a fucking VW. Gonna kick him off 2 rocks. I don't know. Okay, what fictional? I'm obsessed with Dune.
Dune?
Dune.
No. Oh, yeah, the one with Zendaya?
Yes. Yeah. But I love the books. I adore the books.
So you go there.
Good.
Do you like heat? It's in the desert, isn't it?
Well, yes, but I wouldn't live on the desert planet. You live on different planets. There's a planet called Caladan, which is like watery. And
Are you sure you want to? You looked in the mirror. You sure you want to be around all that water, man?
Yeah, black people, we have an issue with swimming. Do you swim?
I can survive. That's what I say. I'm not choosing to be in the ocean.
Yeah.
But if I somehow end up there, I will survive and find something to survive. What about you? Do you
For
swim?
me, I'm like, if you put me in the water, the clock starts ticking till I die.
You're like,
You know what I mean? Like, before I die.
you're not even underwater. Yeah, you're still breathing.
I'm
like,
still breathing, but like I'm dead.
I'm
like in
dead,
15 minutes.
Yeah.
Any body of water, like a tub. Leave me in a tub.
Can't be left alive.
In 15 minutes, I'm guaranteed dead. I can't swim for shit. Actually, one time this is fucked up. I shouldn't say this, but there was this girl that I liked, and I wanted to date her. And she was a surfer.
Oh.
So I was like, we were talking, and I came up that I couldn't swim. So I'm like, can you like teach me how to swim? And she's like, yeah, sure. So like, terrible idea. She takes me to a public pool. And she's like teaching me how to swim, right? And it's kind of romantic because, you know, it's like a hot girl. She's in a
She's
bikini.
touching you.
She's touching.
Like,
yeah, she's like,
hips up. Hips
yeah,
up.
I feel like a paraplegic. She's just like
Yeah.
And then like at that moment, like a bunch of like kids came to the pool and they were learning how to swim. And some of the kids were way better than I was. And that just killed all the romance. What she get? She got the ick.
Yeah, the ick. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, this guy cannot swim.
The same the man for me.
Exactly, yeah.
If you could have a conversation with any historical figure, who would it be? And if you can think of a question, what would you ask him?
It would be Julius Caesar.
Yeah.
And what would I ask Caesar?
You came to that quick. You've been thinking about this.
I thought about this one. I'm a big history guy.
Yeah.
I love history. I love learning about these guys. What would I ask Julius Caesar? There was a moment in his life where everything that Caesar did, and he's considered one of the greatest. He's the greatest Roman ever. He's one of the greatest people that's ever lived. He did all past his 40s. So until he was like 40, he didn't do much.
Yeah.
But he had this thing where he saw a statue of Alexander the Great, and he started crying. And he was crying because, you know, Alexander died when he was 32 and Caesar was already 40 and he hadn't done anything with his life. So he started crying, and like, I would ask him, what was he thinking at that time?
That made him
get into gear.
Like, click that switch. True.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. He was always talented. He was a talented dude.
Yeah.
And people always saw his potential, but it wasn't until he was in his 40s that he did anything noteworthy.
Man, that gives us all hope.
All right, yeah. It's a hopeful thing.
Yeah. That's a hopeful story. That's some good hope.
Yeah. Because you always think that, you know, if you're going to do anything great in your life, you have to be like
young.
20. Yeah. Because you see, I don't know if you do this, but sometimes I'll see like celebrities that I'm the same age with.
Bro.
And I'm like, oh, dude, this is embarrassing. Like me and Miley Cyrus, they are the same age.
True.
Yeah.
And you're like, I'm in Perth, and she just divorced from a Hemsworth.
Exactly. She's already like on the down. You know what I mean? Like she's already had this massive career,
And you've
I'm
been
like,
on the.
I've just started.
You've just
So and same with who's one that really gets me? Pete Davidson. You know Pete?
Yeah.
Yeah. Like he's younger than I am.
Is he?
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 30.
How old is he?
I think like 28.
Really?
Yeah, if that. How old is Pete?
Hey Google. How old is Pete Davidson?
Pete Davidson
29.
29.
The more you know.
Yeah.
And
So like I've always had, because I used to follow his career since before he became famous, but he was like known in the New York comedy scene as this young, like exciting 17-year-old kid. And
that's crazy. That's 12 years ago.
I know, yeah. And I've always like been like, oh man, like hopefully I'll make it at that time. And then he became like massive and like made it, and
now he's
like chill. He's like in the twilight of his career almost. It's so weird. So I get that a lot, where
with him.
you start to compare yourself to people. And you start to go, man, I haven't done anything with my life.
Facts.
Yeah, but then you read about a guy like that.
Yeah, and you're like, yes.
Yeah.
At the time,
Even like
sure.
someone like Winston Churchill, who did a lot of great things when he was young.
Yeah.
But he made a lot of mistakes as well. Some mistakes were so big that people were like, he's never going to recover. He's never going to get into politics again. And then
He did it.
he did it.
Yeah.
Yeah, in his 50s and 60s.
Well, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
I have that feeling when I see anytime I watch football, so like soccer.
Yeah.
Anytime I watch it, I'm like, I'm the same age as that kid who just started. And then little do I know he's 10 years younger than me.
Yeah.
Playing professional, getting like 3K pounds
Yeah.
a week.
Yeah.
And like in my head, I'm like, I'm the same age as him. I could I don't know what it is. Like every time, any player I see, I'm like, oh, we're the same age.
Yeah.
And then
He's like 18.
yeah, it was weird when the new up and coming player started being younger than me. That blew my mind.
Right.
That
So
blew my mind.
strange.
Yeah.
For me, I'm at that age now where like people are like 30 and they're like, oh, he's ready to retire. I'm like,
Damn.
what? You know what
You're
I
like,
mean?
man, I only just learned how to tie my shoelace.
Exactly, yeah.
What are you trying to say here?
So I'm like, dude, he's had a long and storied career. It's like, Jesus Christ, man. He's only 30. Like the UFC champion, what's his name? John Jones. He's 34.
Yeah,
he's only
he
4 years
just-
older than I am.
He just went down a weight class, didn't he?
Upper weight class.
Because he
Yeah.
demolished his
Yeah,
weight
yeah.
class. Yeah.
But people are already like, man, John is a fucking, he's been in this game for so long.
Yeah.
I'm like, he's only 34. It's insane. It's so young.
So when did he?
He won the title at 24 or 23. He was the youngest ever champion.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think he won it at 23.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for 10 years.
Yeah.
It does feel like a long career in combat sports.
It is a long,
Yeah.
especially in combat sports. So it's quite long.
Yeah.
But anyway,
So you answer Julius Caesar
Yeah.
and ask him what he was thinking when he saw Alexander the Great.
yeah. Or like, what was that week like for him? You know, after he saw that,
Yeah.
and he was like, yeah.
If you could talk to animals, what conspiracy theory do you think tigers would have?
Oh my God. What conspiracy theories? Well, tigers are so tough and like they'll probably be like, why is everyone such a bitch?
Fair.
Yeah, tigers. I feel like tigers would be dicks. They would be assholes.
Oh, look at me. I'm orange and
Yeah,
black.
I'm the fucking man.
Where are your stripes, bro?
Do you want to know something interesting about tigers?
What?
So you know how they're orange and black
Yeah.
with stripes, with black stripes, right?
Yeah.
And it's for camouflage, but it kind of doesn't make sense
Yeah,
because
what are you sitting in?
yeah, and they live in places with
Green.
lush green. The animals that they hunt don't see orange on their.
True.
Yes, so the tiger comes off as green in their eyes.
God damn.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. It just never evolved the need to not be orange.
The more you bloody know.
Yeah. Isn't that interesting?
Yeah.
Because you're always like, fuck, why are these?
Why
how
are you
dumb
like,
are these
I can,
animals?
I can see you, bro.
Exactly, yeah.
I can see you.
Yeah. But like most animals just can't see that.
There is something I learned about tigers the other day as well. On the back of their ears, they've got black and they've got a white circle
Yes.
because it looks like eyes, so you can't tell from behind if you're looking at their face or their back.
Yeah.
So it's like, I was like, right here.
Yeah. That's so cool. It's so weird.
They took the mums have eyes at the back of their head literally and ran with it. They were like, let's go.
Because that's the whole thing about I've got a story for you, by the way. Human beings, like our eyes are some of the best eyes in the animal kingdom.
True.
Yeah, because of like the
Color range we can see?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, spectrum.
Because we're omnivores and we is turning to the Joe Rogan experience.
Book another hour quickly.
Exactly. We're good at seeing colors because we ate fruit and we hunted. So like our eyes are just specialized to do everything.
True.
So we actually see more than most other animals. Even though some animals
people
see
can
better
see
in the
like
dark, and
further,
further, et cetera, faster reaction time, you know?
But we've got the best all round
Yeah.
lifestyle
Skills.
skill scope.
Yeah. So like what would I ask a tiger? A tiger I would ask, I don't know. Conspiracy theories. Well, because they have such good senses. I'll be like, what can you smell that if people found out. You know, because people always like, you know, they're putting chemicals in the water, man.
Yeah.
They're putting fucking zinc in the. Yeah, they would know that.
Yeah. True.
So I'd ask that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, my story.
Oh yeah, I'm
Sorry.
loving this, by the way.
No,
Don't
it's
feel
okay.
bad. I love this is how my brain works in tangent as
Okay.
well. So
Yeah.
the reason why it's called absolute nonsense is because it nothing makes sense. It's all just going left, right, center, turning. We're talking about this tomorrow. Next time we'll be talking about.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that's me.
So you're
man.
good. You're here. Yeah.
It's called ADHD.
Give it to me. Yeah.
We should probably both be medicated.
I am. I've already done that. Done the process.
My dad, because he grew up in Zim, and he grew up in the bush, right? And they used to herd cattle. Like they would take cattle, take him to the watering hole, et cetera, et
Bring
cetera.
them back. Yeah, I did that when I went down there.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, helped
that
some
must have been
kid
awesome.
do it.
Right.
Like my little cousin, he was like younger than me. I was with him, helping him.
Right.
I was like, damn, what am I doing in Perth? Just
How many cattle?
Sitting in air conditioning. I think it was like, it wasn't a lot. Maybe like 11 cows, 10, 15 cows.
Dude,
It was just
that's crazy. But they do that all the time. Like they'll just get these little kids to like take care of a fucking gigantic animal.
Yeah.
You just herd it around through predators and snakes,
Protecting the cow. Here you go.
protecting the cow.
If
and
you
you're-
don't bring this back, we're actually gonna die.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. This is all. It's like your dad giving you his Mercedes Benz to
Yeah.
just take around Mirabooka.
Yeah.
So anyway, they was young and maybe like in their teens, mid-teens, and they were herding these cattle. A bunch of them. They stop over at this tree, right? And it's like really hot out. They're underneath the tree. They're just, relaxing, waiting for it to cool down. They're there for hours.
Yeah.
Hours. They finally, it's fine, and they start to head off, like move on. My dad, for some reason, turns around, right, and looks at the tree that they're in. He looks up, and he sees a fucking leopard.
God damn.
A fucking...
Pretty sure I've seen that in the movie somewhere.
Dude.
Yeah.
A gigantic fucking leopard was above them the entire time.
Just watching.
Just watching.
That's
The entire time.
scary.
And they had no idea.
What would you do? You couldn't run.
What do you do? I mean, like, luckily there were a few of them, but if he was there by himself, he's dead.
Yeah.
Or like if there's like, I don't know.
Pick up a cow, throw it at the tree. Feel like, yes.
Like,
Take this one.
Yeah.
We don't need this one.
It's fucking terrifying.
Mate. So
Yeah.
I'm like, while he was saying that, I just got jokes running through my head, going like, he was sitting with that cattle and he saw a tree, and then suddenly the tree was on fire and it was speaking to him, like Moses.
Oh, like the Moses thing.
That's what I had in my head. But
I told him, I'm like, leopards don't eat black people, they're racists. So
you'd hope that's true.
yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
It's not true.
I'm not going to
though.
find out.
Yeah, no. Let's not do that
I'm
research.
happy to believe that, yeah.
Yeah.
Done that one.
Sorry, going back, who would you ask? The historical figure or the person in the past one?
When I did the thing as well, I said Michael Jackson.
Ooh.
Ask him if only just to ask him if everything people say about him is true, just to find out the truth.
Oh, dude.
Just to, yeah.
Do you still
figure it
listen
out.
to the music?
Not regularly, but if it comes on, like my legs are moving.
Of course. What do you think happened?
I don't know. It's all a lot of the stuff that happens to celebrities how I see it is like I wasn't there. Like,
True.
Like I know what's been said, and it's like it doesn't affect that they created an art form that is good, kind of thing.
True.
To me, kind of way. I don't know. I have a different way of singing than other people do, and I know that because a lot of people will be like
separate the
just-
art from the artist.
kind of thing. Like,
True.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just
Because with all the stories with him, it's always like there's that weird thing where it's like he's a little child. Like the people that defend him.
Yeah, like he like
mentally he's like young.
He trauma like thing,
Yeah,
like,
but then
didn't
they're
let
like
him
that
grow up
makes
type
him innocent in a way.
Mm.
But then all the people that molest children are kind of like that. Like they all had traumatic
Yeah.
childhoods, and they all kind of have that childlike
Mentality,
quality
they
about
still
them.
think they're still a kid kind of thing.
Yeah, but they molested kids. So why is he exempt?
Yeah.
You know?
Hey, I haven't I can't say too much. I haven't done that much research into it. I'm just hearing what people say. So
I hear you.
if I had the chance, I would ask someone that something like that. And
Yeah.
like if they had to tell me the truth, I think I would ask someone the type of question to be like, what really happened?
If he said he yes, I did
Damn, that
molest
would
her,
blow
what
my
would you
mind.
right?
I would be like, I don't know what to do. I'll just be like, okay. Like, what do you expect me to do with it?
You'd be like, got your nose. Run away.
Be out of there.
Just leave.
Yeah.
Man.
If you were a sandwich, what sauce would be best served with you?
Oh man, have you ever had? It is called QP.
Kipi mayo.
Yes.
The Japanese mayonnaise. Yes.
Yes.
That's
what
your
I-
way.
yeah.
Have you tried the spicy one? The sriracha. It's like
Yo,
orange.
fuck yes, bro.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Nah.
That's good shit.
Yeah. Sauce. I'm the guy.
When I was staying with our mutual friend Carl Legacy,
Yeah,
I was
yeah.
staying at his mum's house, and they're English, and they had this sauce that was it's a breakfast sauce. It looks like
Hollandaise?
tomato sauce. No. It looks like tomato sauce. Fuck.
That's stupid. It's like
Yes.
It's like it's disgusting. I'm not a fan of it.
You don't like it?
No.
Dude, I loved it.
Yeah.
I
It's-
was frothing it.
whenever I go to Dome and it's there, because I didn't know what it was at first. I just thought it was tomato sauce.
Right.
It just sits on the counter. So I took it, tried it. HQ sauce? No.
Yes,
Yeah?
something like that.
Something like that, yeah.
Yeah.
Don't like it. Not a fan of
Really?
it, yeah.
I loved
it?
it. I loved it.
Right.
I mean, Legacy said that you can only have it with breakfast food.
Oh, real?
You can't have it with anything else because it tastes better than everything else. So maybe you just...
Maybe I'm the other way around. I need to
Yeah,
get a steak
perhaps.
and try it.
Yeah. I think is that what you did?
No, I had it at Dome, so with my big breakfast.
Yeah, that's right.
So, but
Shit.
not a fan of it. This is my favorite question.
Okay.
That's because we've already spoken a little bit before we started recording.
Uh-huh.
So if you were a professional wrestler, what would your ring name be?
I used to do I wrote a sketch years back now, and about a professional wrestler called the Disciplinarian.
Okay.
He was like a headmaster from a school,
Yeah.
and he would like punish. That was his character. He's the headmaster.
He's the headmaster. Yeah.
Yeah, and he would like discipline the other wrestlers. Now it sounds like a sex thing, actually. Now that I'm explaining it like that.
Loki. Yeah.
But yeah,
Like, what are you trying to do to them?
Exactly,
How are you
yeah.
disciplining them?
Yeah,
How are you
that sounds
disciplining them?
Pretty dirty, actually. Yeah, the disciplinarian.
I could see that
Come
actually.
in.
Like you coming in with like intro music would be like, do 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 do.
Yeah.
Silence in the classroom.
Exactly.
Then
Yeah.
it's like, damn.
And then you'd have the suit like but with the arms missing.
Ripped off, yeah, with like the
it's wrestling.
Yeah, with glasses on. You've got the glasses ready. You
You're ready to go with the
Just come in and go like,
Yeah,
like do that
you
teacher
bring 'em
thing.
down,
Yeah.
You're
Like,
like school is in session.
yeah. That'll be the intro.
I'm
right?
here to enforce order. and then fucking
Just low-key just sounds like any Zimbabwean politician.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Zimbabwe. Oh God, man. Zimbabwean politicians. I love when I'm in Zim. I love seeing the political pictures.
Yeah.
Like the ads and shit, because they look guilty on the ads. Like they look shifty on the ads. Like you're selling yourself to the constituents, and you're really like, fucking.
I have to look it up. I don't remember seeing any ads.
Steal from the treasury face. No, you don't see them. But like when last time I was there, it was during the coup.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
2017.
Yeah.
We were there and with my mom. It's just me and mom, and we were buying a house for my grandmother
Yeah.
in Cholocho, which is like how many hours? A few hours away from Bulawayo.
Yep.
And we were going through there was like rumblings happening. The third day that we were there, Grace Mugabe was on TV and she was at this massive rally. Grace was the president's wife, right?
Yeah, educate the people.
Yes, sorry. She was the president's wife, and the word was that because the president, Robert Mugabe, was 96, I think.
Yeah, he was up there.
He was really old. So the word was it was really Grace that was running the show.
Oh,
behind
yes.
the scenes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
So we're at a hotel and she's doing this massive fucking rally at a stadium and she's talking shit. Like all the other, like the cabinet members are behind her.
Yeah. You
And
see
she's
their
like,
faces?
You see this guy? He's a fucking asshole. You see this guy? He's breadsticks. This guy right here. Dude,
Dick
she's
small.
Yeah, exactly. Small penis, man. She's going nuts. And we're all just like, what the fuck? So then we would do our day. We go back to sleep. We wake up the next day. Now, if people have never traveled around Zimbabwe is actually fairly peaceful.
Yeah.
It's fairly peaceful. Like
Until it's not.
Yes, yeah. Well, like if you're traveling through South Africa,
Yeah.
you're expecting there's a chance I could get fucking robbed with a gun. You don't really get that in Zimbabwe.
No, you don't know. It's more harmless stealing.
Yeah, people will
if
steal
something's
from
there, but they won't. It's not. They won't. If you're not there and you left something there, it's gone.
They'll take it.
Yeah, but it's not going to be like armed robbery type.
Yeah,
thing.
no one is really gonna stick a knife in your face.
Yeah.
So
Like if you when we went because it was our first time there. Not first time. Our first time after we left when we were 4. When I was 4.
Right.
And then we went back when I was 15.
right.
My dad told us to keep our phones away from the window because if the window was open, they would snatch the phone and run off. Do nothing about it. We tried sugarcane for the first time. You know, you like peel it and you chew it.
Sick.
Left one in the back of a ute. Gone.
How good is sugarcane, by
It's
the
great.
way? Oh my
yeah,
god.
it's interesting.
Yeah.
It was like that's crazy.
Yeah.
And the caterpillars, they were great as well. The little,
Oh, you had those?
Yeah, that was fun.
Sick.
Yeah.
So anyway,
Yeah.
like in Zim, that is like the thing. You don't really see like even the police. You'll see them with batons. You don't really see them with guns. It's
no.
very rare.
Yeah.
However, that day, like the day before the coup, the day after she gave that speech, we're at the hotel. And we'd seen the hotel security like probably for like a week now. And that day they had fucking shotguns on them.
God dang.
Yeah. So we're like,
Something was happening.
it was weird. It was,
Yeah.
but it was one of those things where I'm like, did they always have those? So anyway, we're like, all right, that's weird. Get into the car, driving around. We're out for like 2 minutes and we see a fucking guy walking down the street with a AK-47. So we're like, what the fuck is going on today? Go into the shops. There's a guy with a fucking pistol on his hip. It was like the most guns I'd ever seen in my entire life. Just on random people walking around.
You felt like you were in Alabama for some reason.
Well, I was like,
Yeah.
what? But it was, again, it was one of those things where I was like,
Were they always there? Kind of thing?
yeah, like, was I just missing this? Like, everyone is strapped today. So anyway, we like do our thing, and then the next morning we wake up and the news has been taken over by the military.
Damn.
Yeah, the military had taken over. It was the big general. He was on the TV and he's like, "We have the president in custody. We have, like all the police in the country. You guys can go home. You're all suspended. And as you travel through Zimbabwe, there's police checkpoints everywhere.
I almost got arrested.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, because I was wearing I didn't know. I was wearing an army top.
Oh, yes, you can't do that.
Yeah, not an actual army top, but it was like army
Just
camouflage.
camouflage, yeah.
Material pattern, and they
Me
were
too,
like,
me too.
yeah.
Yeah.
So I had to take it off. Had no idea.
Wow.
No idea. But yeah, my
Did
dad.
you have like another shirt on you?
Yeah, because we had our suitcases in the back.
Oh, okay, that's good.
So we were driving through. So I didn't
Yeah.
just take my shirt and just sit there in the car like, just like nipples out and everything with my mum in the front seat, dad in the driving, and I'm just there. Like,
Right.
my little brother next to me. I'm just like,
I had this army shirt like a again camouflage shirt that I had with me when I was flying.
Yeah.
So when I flew in and we went to the shops, like we'd landed.
Yeah.
My mom was like, "All right, you have to change because you can only have that shirt on in this shop."
Yeah.
And then like if you get seen with that shirt outside of that shop, you're probably gonna get arrested.
True.
And lo and behold, the just a week before that, before we had arrived, my cousin had been arrested for wearing army pants, and he spent a night in jail.
God damn. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think my dad probably bribed him. I know he got because we got pulled over because he was speeding. So and then since we don't have residency there and everything, they couldn't like give us a ticket because
Right.
we could just leave.
Yeah, of course.
Like
yeah.
how they gonna find us?
Of course.
I think he just paid the guy and then paid him as well for me to not go to
Okay.
jail that day. Me, little 15-year-old me.
Holy shit,
Crazy.
dude, that's
Times, yeah.
insane. Yeah.
You'd never see that here.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, you never see that here. But yeah, we like the fucking coup happened, and we had to do. We're in Bulawayo, and we had to drive back to Harare that day.
Yeah.
And it was fucking terrifying, bro. Because like when we went out, there was no one on the streets. Like the streets were empty.
Not imagine that.
Everyone is inside the house because everyone's scared. People
Yeah,
are like,
for sure.
what does this mean? And there's military everywhere.
Everywhere.
Tanks, fucking jeeps, fucking, and all the police stops. It's all like these hardcore and military guys. They have that look where they're like polite, but they're just like staring you down and shit. And I'm like,
I know the look.
fuck, man.
Look, yeah.
And yeah, but we drove to Harare to Bulawayo to Harare, and it's a long fucking trip. It's a big trip.
Yeah.
But we got to Harare in the afternoon, and when we got there, people were protesting. Not a protest, sorry. There was a big parade happening because people were celebrating that Robert Mugabe
was gone and everything.
had been ousted. So actually, I missed a couple of steps. My bad.
You're like
I'm getting it jumped
somebody's
up.
listening to it's going like how to do a coup. Like
Yeah.
where's the eraser? Gotta come back.
When the military took over the country, right? Robert Mugabe refused to step down.
Yeah.
Now they wanted to do it peacefully.
Yes. Yeah.
So they had to wait for him to officially sign. So there was actually a couple of days
Between
us, between the coup and us getting back to Harare.
Oh, okay.
And during those days, we went to Victoria Falls with my grandparents.
Yeah.
My two grandmothers.
Yeah.
And we were on the water of the Zambezi River,
Yeah.
like on a boat.
Yeah. Oh, nice. That'd
Yes.
be sick. Yeah.
We're relaxing, enjoying. We're about to finish the boat cruise. We're getting to the shore, and we hear shouting, like people, like a bunch of people just going off, like near the shore, and we can't see anything.
Yeah.
But we know that there's been a coup, so we're like, oh my god, this is like, like Hotel Rwanda, Night of the Long Knives, like everyone's dying right now. I was terrified. Because I'm there with my mom and my two grandmothers, so I'm the man of the
do? Yeah, they're looking at you.
And I've done a little bit of Muay Thai. My Muay Thai can only go so far.
You'll be looking like Chris Tucker in Rush Hour. You're like, oh,
Exactly, yeah.
ready to go.
But we got to the shore, and it was people celebrating that Robert Mugabe had finally signed the thing to like.
You were ready for a fight.
Well, I was ready to die, man. I was trying to be like, I was trying to have my John Wick, fucking Jason Bourne face on. Like, all right, we need to plan our exits.
Like I remember when we came in, there was that door on the left. We gotta make sure. You see that guy with the drums. He was there. Remember that, right?
Man,
if we go to him, get the drum,
commandeer
throw
a
it.
vehicle. Yeah, exactly.
You can imagine that. No, I can't imagine.
It was crazy,
Yeah.
man. But we drove to Harare. We get to Harare, and there's a parade going on, right? People celebrating. And normally Zimbabwe is a very segregated place. You rarely ever see white people together with black people, especially like if you go to certain neighborhoods, you only see white and Asian people.
Yeah, and then you got other ones.
You only see
never
black
them
people.
kind of in the same place. Yeah.
But like when we got there, it was like everyone was in the street: white people, black people, Indian
Partying.
people, just like celebrating.
Yeah.
I think, and the military is also there, so it still had that air of like something could happen. If anyone misbehaved, something could happen.
Yeah.
But people were just so happy. I think the only violence that happened that day was some lady ran into like a government building and took Mugabe's portrait and smashed it, and then she got arrested.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was it was crazy, really amazing. And then they ousted him, and then Emerson Mnangagwa, who's the now president, got instated, and fucking we got to see like his Zimbabwean history in real time. Yeah,
That'd been cool.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fucking cool.
I'm so out of date with the Zimbabwean history. No idea what's happening.
At the time, it was not cool.
You are listening to
Absolute nonsense.
So where in you were 4 when you left, and you're 26 now.
So New Zealand 10 years.
And okay.
Then been here for, I think this is our 11th year now, so nearly 11.
Where in New Zealand were you?
Hastings,
Oh,
North Island. And
right.
Then, and then we went to Auckland, lived in the North Shore in Auckland.
Oh, okay. That's a tough neighborhood, eh?
No, mine was chill, yeah.
Okay.
It was fine. There was like a street behind our house that was hectic.
Right.
But where we chill, I rode our bikes to school. Nothing.
Okay.
It was blessed. Oh, so no, that was Hastings. Sorry. We chill. Yeah, me and my brother walked to school.
Yep.
It was hell. Nothing really happened. It was more like South Auckland type thing.
Okay.
That's where that stuff was. Are you from? Did you go to New Zealand as well?
I lived in New Zealand for 5 years with my family.
Yeah.
Like I think a lot of Zimbabweans do that.
do.
Well, Zimbabwe. Yeah.
From my understanding, there was like some sort of gateway thing. If you could find a job, you could bring people over.
Yeah. And also, it was easier to get New Zealand citizenship
Yeah.
than it was to get Australian citizenship.
Yeah. So that's why a lot of people were like, come here and then go from there to hit.
Yeah,
Sorry.
5-10 years
New Zealand,
here.
and then
New Zealand, sorry.
and then
yeah.
come here, yeah.
We lived in South Island. We lived in Christchurch for a year. And then we lived in a small town called Ashburton
Yes, I've
for
heard
5
of it.
years.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, I love New Zealand. It was beautiful.
It was like, how long have you been here? You said,
I've been here in Australia. So we moved to Rockhampton in 2007.
yeah.
And then I moved to Perth in 2018.
2018, true.
Yeah.
Oh, so you're pretty new.
Yeah,
Perth,
pretty
yeah.
new to Perth.
And then you met your partner here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I moved with a different partner from Rockhampton. And then we broke up, and then I met my now partner here.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is good. Never.
Are you sure?
Yeah. I mean, I just have to like emphasize that if you are in a relationship with a girl or a guy and they want to move and you're not sure about them, don't
do it.
fucking move.
Yeah, don't do it.
Stay where you are.
Don't do it.
But it ended up working out very well. For me, yeah. So
Did you come here? So just the two of you came in. So your family's still in Queensland, New Zealand?
So yes, my brothers are back in Queensland. They lived in Melbourne for a year and a bit, and then my parents have retired back in Zimbabwe.
Oh, I bet. Yeah. That's what
Yeah.
my parents want to do as well.
Yeah.
So like they think they're building a house there.
Right,
Or
that's the way.
something's happening, but not
It's
too sure what's happening. I've lost track of it. To be
Okay.
honest, yeah.
It's much easier for them.
Yeah.
Yeah, because one thing that I saw with my parents was, even though, me and my brothers we were able to assimilate very quickly to this culture, but they never really assimilated properly.
Yeah.
There's always been that
Disconnect.
Yeah. So
I feel you.
when they went back, because they would go back to Zimbabwe more frequently than we did.
Yeah.
That little pull of home has always been Yeah, strong for them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I'm sure. I don't know if they are gonna go back.
Right.
But I'm not sure if I'm gonna go back
Yeah.
either. Yeah,
Even to visit?
I don't have maybe to visit. To visit, sure. Yeah, I just don't know when.
True.
And also why.
True.
I don't have that connect type of thing to it.
Has your partner, she's Australian?
Yeah, Australian, yeah.
Has she been to Zimbabwe?
Nah.
Okay.
She wants to go. But she's white, so I'm also a little bit
take
scared
it to
for
Vic
yeah,
Falls.
yeah, that's why I said we'll go to Victoria Falls. I think it'd be the best.
Yeah.
And then just if anyone can come, they can come there to meet us if they want. But I'm a little bit stressed out about it.
True.
So,
You don't want to take it to the fucking
Yeah.
shanty towns.
But I think it'd be cool for her if we could get to the village where my grandparents live. That would be cool. It's just getting there that'll be hard, which would be the stressful part.
Where are they?
So Shishawane. So
Shishawane.
it's north. I'm not sure.
Is that in the
I just know I've been there. It's in. So I know when we went there, we went through Gweru
Okay, yeah.
and then went to Shishawane, and they're another 40 minutes from there. Just you just on the road, and then suddenly you're not on the road anymore.
Yes. Okay. Yeah, that's how it goes.
Yeah. So they're how they're.
Interesting.
But my mum's mum has come here.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember if my dad's mum did. No, I think she did. I'm pretty sure I remember her seeing her in Australia.
Okay.
But my mum and dad go back. So my mum's going back at the end of this year.
Okay.
And stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I don't know if I will.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Did you, when you went over there, well, I'll tell you what happened with me. You know when indigenous people here, they talk about a connection to the land?
Yeah.
I feel like if I'm in my home area, I feel a connection to it. Dude, I swear to God, because the village that I'm from, or my dad is from, is Cholocho, right? Which is deep in Matabele land. It's very hard to get to, actually.
Yeah.
But I remember we were driving from Harare through to you have to go Harare into Bulawayo.
Yeah.
And then from Bulawayo, you go to Cholocho.
Yeah.
And when you're driving across the country, because a lot of people don't know this, but Zimbabwe is a bilingual country.
Yeah.
There's two tribes.
Yeah.
There's the Shona and there's the Ndebele.
Yeah.
When you're driving through Zimbabwe, the top part of Zimbabwe, all the signs have Shona names. And then there's a point where it transitions to all the signs having Ndebele names.
Yeah.
Which is fucking really cool. Because the other thing that happens, because there's these, what do you call them?
Checkpoints when you're driving?
Checkpoints, yeah. On the highway.
Yeah.
And the people on the checkpoints they'll speak Shona to you, especially if you're black. They'll just speak Shona to you.
Yeah.
But then I remember the first checkpoint that spoke Ndebele to us, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? This is so cool. But we go through, and we drive. We in Bulawayo. We're driving, going towards Cholocho, and my grandmother, her maiden name is Ndlovu. So I remember when we passed the village called Ndlovu, and I was like, whoa, what the fuck? And then we're passing all these little villages with names that are the same names as some people in my family. So I was I had this weird pull into oh man, this is my roots. This is where I'm from. Because my name, Thabo Tshuma, Thabo is South African.
Yeah.
But it is Ndebele, but it's mostly a Zulu name.
Yeah, and then Shuma.
And then Chuma's a very Ndebele name.
Yeah.
So when police would stop us at checkpoints, they would kind of
double check.
They'll double check, or they'll give me a little bit of prejudice because Shona people kind of look down on Ndebele people sometimes.
Okay.
But when we were in Matabele land, the police would just look at my a license, which is an Australian license, and they would just like give us a pass every
Yeah.
time because they can just
Of your name. Yeah.
I'm Debele.
Yeah.
So that was like again, it's another like magical thing that was happening.
Yeah.
And then I swear to God, we're driving on the road to go to Cholocha, and the road is like it's a tiny road. It has not been. I don't think it's been taken care of since it's been made. Like it's narrow, and it's kind of like. There's been a lot of erosion, so it's bitumen, but it's very small. It's small enough that your car tires, you can barely fit your car onto there. And if there's another car coming, you have to stop
into the bush. And
Yeah, you
sit
have to
there,
stop.
Yeah.
Otherwise, you'll cut your tires because
Oh, okay.
the road is so eroded and that the bitumen is sharp. So it's kind of a careful drive through, and you can't really stop because if you stop, there's like cars coming behind you. You know what I mean?
True.
But there's this little bridge, like this one-way bridge, and there's a bit of space around the bridge where you can stop and like have a look at the brook and stuff like that and the scenery. I remember we stopped there, and I got out of the car, and like I'm getting like my heart's like pumping right now. I scooped up the sand like that, and I just held it in my hand, and I like looked at it like that, and I was like, holy shit, like this is my land.
Yeah.
Like this is where I'm from. And
Yeah.
I've never had that
feeling.
because living in New Zealand,
Yeah.
Queensland,
You always feel like you're a little bit different.
always.
Yeah.
Even in Harare, I was born in Harare, but just by virtue of my name, I've never felt
Yeah.
like I'm from Harare.
Yeah.
But when I was there, man, oh, dude, I remember I would look at the mountains, and I would look at like the leaves, like everything just felt so familiar, and it felt like a magical feeling.
That's actually real cool. That's
Dude,
real
it was
cool,
insane. It was crazy. So whenever I know there's a big thing about the vote right now, the yes vote or whatever. Whenever Indigenous people talk about their connection to land, I get it, man.
Like, yes.
There's something about that when you're in a place that you have a connection to ancestrally. Like it's just it's a different thing.
Wait, so how old were you when you went when that happened to you?
This was 2017. So I was what? So 26.
26. So you're my age.
Yeah.
I guess so. I've never, because last time I was just after I turned 18, so I was 19.
Right.
So hearing you say that, I might need to go back just to see if I can feel that. Because when I went, the closest I got to was when we went and we saw like all my family and stuff, and I had that feeling of like, oh, these are my people type thing. Like I know, like, they know me. I didn't know them because they knew me when I was younger.
Yeah.
And everyone, like we were walking down or like riding a donkey pulled cart or something, walking. And I remember these women coming up to us and looking at me, and they're like, Sporky? And I was like, I don't know who that is. I didn't know who that was. Right. And it turns out that was my dad. So they recognized me from my dad, and they were like, and I was like, damn. I was like,
holy shit.
And then my mum was like, yeah, they used to, they knew your dad and everything. And I was like, true. And I was like, that's a nickname my dad used to have. Yeah. From when he was like a mechanic type thing into.
Right. Yeah, Spokey, with the spokes.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I was like, true.
Dude, that is so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
I remember I saw a bunch of people that went to school with my dad, which was interesting.
That actually went to school with your dad?
Went to primary school with my dad, which was so fucking weird. And they're like, yeah, I remember. And they're telling me stories about my dad.
My dad?
Yeah.
That's my dad.
Yeah. That was interesting. So this one guy, though, he was he was old. He was a bit older than my. No, he was around my dad's age, but he didn't go to school with my dad, but he knew my dad. This guy, and keep in mind, we're deep in the interior of Zimbabwe, in the bush, like
You're in Zimbabwe.
Pretty close to like mud huts.
Yeah.
And like, so like, we're like deep, and then we're driving through these dirt roads, right? And we stop at this one house, and I hear like a perfect English accent.
Oh, yeah?
Like, good morning. How do you do today? And I'm like, what the fuck is that? Because people can barely speak English sometimes.
Yeah.
And this guy is talking like the king's English. So we go over, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And this guy, he's talking to us. Turns out this guy had been a lecturer at Oxford.
Okay.
In like, was it linguistics or something like that? Like, he was like a highly educated guy, Zimbabwean guy, but he moved over there, became a professor at Oxford University, and then he got onto the drugs, and he fucked his life up on drugs, but he came back to his home village.
With the English accent.
Yeah, and he's like, we're talking, and he's like fucking like one of the brightest people I've ever met in my entire life. And it was just so weird to see a guy like that, like, I don't know, like, in the bush. Yeah. But again, like that connection to country. Like, he just needed to come back, and now he's like happy there. He's living, he's got his own house, you know, he's completely off the grid. He's got his own water supply, his own energy supply. He's just fucking, yeah. And I don't know if I asked him if he missed it, but he did say like, I would never trade this for anything else.
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
It'll be like the ultimate rehab for someone.
Yeah.
Because it's like, since it's so frowned upon there to do anything like that.
Yes.
Like, it'd be like the closest, the most, what's it called when somebody just stops?
Yeah, you'd have to
stop as you can be.
Although, with that said, alcohol, like, people get drunk.
Yes. Jesus.
Speaking of which, because we're building a house for my grandmother, right? We had to get a blessing, because we're on tribal land. We had to get a blessing from the chief.
Yeah.
Right? I don't know if if your parents are going, are they building in Harare? Do you know any of that?
Yeah, they're building, I can't remember the place. We went there. Like, it was a place, the area was, it's near, like, where, like, my mum's uncle was like a parliament person. Okay. So it's like one of those areas where.
Okay.
It's, I can't remember what it's called.
Right. But it's a little bit more built up.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, same with my parents. That's sort of like, they're just outside the outskirts of Harare. But where my grandmother wanted to build was right in Cholocho, in like her village, basically, or her husband's village. And you have to get, before you build anything, you have to get blessing from the chief. So we had to find the chief. That was the complicated part. So I think we spent like the whole day going from like house to house. That's how we met that guy, the Oxford guy. Yeah. Because we're going from house to house asking like, hey, do you know where the chief is? No one knows where the chief is.
Imagine that here. Like, hey, have you seen Mark McGowan?
Exactly, yeah. I was like, dude, where's Mark McGowan?
Where's McGowan at?
Yeah, because you can, like, obviously you get a permit from the council, the city council. Yeah. And you can just build it, but if you don't get a blessing from the chief, people are gonna rob you.
Yeah, true.
Or they're gonna fuck with your shit.
Okay.
That's the whole thing. So we're like about to give up. We're like, we can't find this chief. We're gonna have to come back tomorrow because we weren't staying in Cholocho. We had to drive back to Bulawayo.
Yeah.
And we stop at the pub, and then this guy comes out, like old dude with like dirty overalls. But he's wearing two hats, right? He's wearing like bucket hats. He's wearing like one bucket hat with no thing, and then another bucket hat on top of that, right? And he comes out and he goes, I hear you're looking for the, obviously in Ndebele, I hear you're looking for the chief. And then we're like, yeah. And then it's like, yeah, I'm the chief. Yeah. And then, so we're like, okay, we're trying to build a house. We're trying to build some land. And then, like, what do we need to do? And he goes, all right. Okay, that's easy. I'll get you to buy me a beer. I'm like, really? That's all? He's like, yeah. Bro, we'll buy you 2 beers, bro. So we buy him a beer. And the entire time,
Were you skeptical?
I'm a little bit like, is this really the chief? But people, like, we go into the bar and people are like, Chief,
yeah.
So they're like fully fucking thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, and like, I love how his only demarcation that he was the chief was that he has 2 hats. He has 2 fucking hats. Because he's the chief.
He's the
The chief needs 2 hats, man.
Yeah.
So, like, we'll buy you 2 beers. So, yeah.
One for each hat.
Yeah, so we got him in the car. We fucking drove to the site of the house, and he like got out and he like said a little blessing, and then we dropped him back at his house, and then that was it. Dude, it was so fucking crazy. I thought actually the chief.
Oh my goodness.
But you have to do it, otherwise
people would just mess around with everything.
Yeah, but it's also a little. It's encouraging.
Yeah.
It's also encouraging because in when you get to Africa, a lot of people that are listening and they want to travel to Africa, it can be a little disconcerting how modern everything is.
Oh, because people think Africa is Africa.
Yes, but it's not really that anymore.
Yeah.
Like I don't know about other countries, but Zimbabwe is a fairly modern place.
Yeah.
And people have modern sensibilities for the most part. It's a very commercial place. So, like, if you're looking for that authentic African fucking feel, sometimes you won't have that, especially in Harare, because some parts of Harare, you swear you're in Melbourne. You know what I mean? Like, there's some parts that are so nice. You're like, dude, I saw a fucking McLaren F1 in Harare.
In Harare. That's hectic.
With those bad roads.
Yeah.
I was like, what the fuck is this?
That's hectic. We when we're walking around, you know how every street's dirty.
Yes.
Except for this one street that's
One
like
street is like pristine.
it's like pristine. We went on that street. We're like we're just looking around like, what happened here?
I was literally going like, on one side you're in Melbourne and the next side you're in Fallout 4.
Yeah.
Like, it's fucking so weird.
And it's like, I think we got told it was like the Parliament building was on that road.
Yes.
So it was just like pristine, clean. Like the road was nice.
Even the skyscraper, because it's like the same skyscraper, but that side of the skyscraper is like
it's
clean and like cleaning, and the other side is like the windows are blown out. It's like a fire on like the 15th floor. It's so strange, man.
This is absolute nonsense.
Just quickly, because we got like 20 minutes left.
Okay,
so I got a couple of things. We'll come back to Australia. So I got a couple of questions that I'll ask you about comedian.
Yes.
The comedy part of it.
Okay.
So just quickly as well. So I'll do that at the end actually.
Okay.
So how long you been doing comedy for?
I have been doing comedy since I started in 2011, but I've only been doing it seriously since I got to Perth, really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So 2019.
2019, okay. So 7 years. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, what year are we in? Whoa!
No, not 7 years. Definitely not. We're in 2023 for 4 years. 4 years I've been doing stand-up.
Damn.
Seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was your first show like?
So my very first show, I was this was in 2011. I was at uni, and I was 18, and we fucking I remember I did my jokes, and everyone on the night was like bombing. They were like, it was like just a bad little open mic, and I think I got like maybe like 3 laughs.
And how long was it?
For like 5 minutes.
5 minutes, yeah.
I think I got like 3 laughs. They weren't big laughs or anything like that, but they were just enough that I was like, dude, I am a fucking stand-up comedian.
Yeah.
And then the day after that, I'm in the library with my friend Liam, and his mate, he's talking to one of his mates, and that guy was having his 21st birthday.
Yeah.
And he was talking to Liam about, maybe getting some entertainment, for his birthday. So I go, dude, I'm a stand-up comedian. let me fucking.
You
let
should
me
have
roll
seen
up.
me last night.
Exactly. I tore the house down last night. I'm pretty much like pro. So I go to his birthday party. I've told this story like 1,000 times in a lot of podcasts, but I go to his birthday party, and what was supposed to happen was it was supposed to be me. Mm-hmm. And then it was supposed to be all the speeches because like his family wanted to do a bunch of speeches. So it's gonna be me first, and then like everyone does a little speech. But they fucked it up because they put all the speeches first, and then I was supposed to go on. So it was like his grandparents spoke, another family member spoke.
Conversation. Everyone's crying. It was like
his parents, right? They were the last speech. They decide they're like, we're gonna sing a song. It's his 21st birthday. So they start singing this song, right? They have a recording of him as a little kid, as a baby. Like, you know, like a little kids just like randomly sing a song they heard on the radio. So it's him singing a song on the radio on a recording as a baby being projected, and then his parents on a guitar singing along with him.
Yeah.
It's the most beautiful fucking thing anyone's ever seen. Everyone is crying.
And then you walk on.
And then I'm like, all right, so now we have a comedian. And I think I had a joke about coins, about like fucking, about, what was the joke? I think it was just like about how coins all have the same facial expression.
Yeah.
Like on the, on the one side. And like they should have like different facial expressions. And it was just a bad bit, man. Terrible joke. And like everyone's like sobbing. So I do the joke and there's no laughs. It's just and then someone in the back goes, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "Thank you." And I get on stage, like go to my fucking apartment, $85 a week apartment. And,
damn.
Yeah, man. This was back in the day.
Wow.
And I think I was so embarrassed, but the pain of that embarrassment was so heavy, and it was so like I remember my ears were on fire, like my ears were hot, and I'm sweating and I'm fucking like, oh my god, I'm about to die. But it was so bad, but I still was like, I want to do this again.
Yeah.
So that was when I knew I'm like, all right, I think I'm a comic. I think
that answered the next question.
Yeah.
That's legitimately
Like that bomb was so bad.
When did you have the I can do this moment? And you
That was it. That was it. Where I was like, I can take this, because I'd never been good at anything in my entire life, and I'd never had something that I persevered through. Like I didn't like a lot of things, but that was one thing
something
that I was like, I can do this. Can go badly for however long it needs to go bad,
and then it'll just go
but
good.
I'll still do it.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeah, like I can. With comedy, I'm at that place where I'm like, even if I don't make it, I'll still be doing comedy.
Yeah. Yeah. True. It's like.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. It's like. I don't know how to explain it, but I understand what you're saying.
Yeah. It's a good thing. Everyone needs to find something like that in their life. Yeah.
In an ideal world, and like things go all your way, what would you do? What in an ideal world, and you could make everything go the way you want it to be? What does that final thing look like?
Oh, okay.
Kind of thing. Like
Ooh.
I guess like what is the end goal? If you could make your end goal happen to guarantee it, what would it be?
Yeah, that's a good question. I would like I see these guys. There's two kinds of people that are successful in my business that you meet. You almost always meet people that are in their 50s and 60s that have been doing comedy like 30 plus years. You meet the happy ones, and then you meet the miserable ones.
Okay.
And one thing that I've learned is that has nothing to do with money, because you meet happy poor people that are still doing comedy, and then you meet rich, miserable people that have been doing comedy, and then you also meet poor, miserable people and happy, rich people.
Yeah.
So money doesn't have anything to do with it.
Yeah.
But like the love of the game and people like being willing to, if I'm able to be in my 60s and be enjoying stand-up comedy and still pushing myself to get better, I would consider that a success.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'd like to be a multi-millionaire
You want
and ball out. You know what I mean?
Obviously, yeah. There's somebody.
Obviously.
If they were like, "Do you want to do Perth Arena next week?" You
I'm
would be like, "I know that's
yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, yeah. You jump on that with a 1 week notice, 1 hour
Oh,
set.
fuck yeah,
Yeah?
absolutely,
Sure.
yeah, 100%.
Oh,
I'm like,
straight.
how much you paying? All right, cool, let's do it.
Yeah, let's do it. Right here.
yeah. But like, I would, if I don't want this to be a miserable thing. Yeah.
If it makes you happy, you'll be happy to go do it.
Yeah.
yeah.
So like, I'd like to have that kind of career, I guess, where I'm still trying to get better,
Yeah.
and I'm still really enjoying what I'm doing.
Yeah.
In my 60s and 70s and 80s.
Yeah.
Like Don Rickles,
Yeah.
he performed until he was 90.
Damn.
Yeah, man.
Happy doing it.
Happy doing it. Joan Rivers, another one. I think she was in her 80s, like still doing shows. Fucking, there's these comics, man. Like these people that have done everything in the business. They've been in all the movies. They've like had all the money that you could ever want. They've had all the accolades that you could ever want in other, like just by being a famous person.
Yeah.
But you still see them going, I want to go to the club and try that new joke.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, they still have that drive.
Yeah.
Keep doing it. Keep trying it.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
that's something special.
So are those like the people that, those names that you just said, people I don't know.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah,
The people that you'd say the people you look up to? Like in the comedy world?
Absolutely,
So, the guys who mean longevity,
Yes.
still happy doing it, but they have that push. They're the ones you look up to. True.
100%, yeah.
Perfect. Look at you answering my questions without me even asking them.
I got you, bro. I'm a professional. I'm a fucking professional.
That's it, really? Oh, no, yeah, that's it. That's it with those questions.
Oh,
now,
sick.
I got one from Kyle, our mutual friend.
Oh, God.
The Scouser.
The Scouser lad.
Even from England, he's getting himself involved in things. He told me to ask you about the African warlord character.
Yeah, right.
Yeah?
So I during this last Fringe festival, I was doing this character named Commander Tambo,
Okay.
who was a Ugandan warlord.
Yes. Yeah. I feel like that's for some reason I feel like it's an easy character for any African person to do. It's just like the Ugandan warlord thing.
Yeah.
Give it to me.
I
Give me
can't do the
something.
character now.
Ah.
No. But I will say this as a teaser for your listeners. Commander Thabo is coming back. I have some ideas that I want to do.
Oh, okay.
And
There you go. Plug.
it's going to come back in a big way. Because we're doing this show called The Darkest Hour during
Fringe?
Perth Fringe Festival with a friend of mine, Xavier Souza, Grassroots Comedy. Shouts out. And what we'll do is I would host it as Commander Tambo.
Okay.
And all the comedians that would book would be like people that have jokes that are really dark or filthy that they can't do everywhere else,
Okay.
but they do it on our show.
I think I would love that show.
Dude, it was the most fun show.
Yeah. It would have to be.
I did a Fringe. I did a lot of shows during Fringe. The Darkest Hour was so much fun because we would get like pros in from like, because during Fringe there's a lot of people from internationally, a lot of big names international, and they would come in and they would tell like all the jokes they can't tell on their own shows, and like some of the filthiest shit you'd hear. And the show was so much fun to host. It was, I think we were sold out every night for that show. It was like a 10:30 show, and every night was like packed to the gills because people were just so into it, and they were so like having so much fun watching that show.
Is that coming back next year then?
So
Hopefully.
yeah, definitely is going to come back for next Fringe, definitely. But we're thinking about doing it during the middle of the year as well. Not sure when. We're still figuring that out. But yeah, if you see the Darkest Hour comedy show
Do it.
at some point, come through. You're gonna have a good time. And like, yeah, when I would do the character, because I'm in character. And I'm
With an
a
accent and everything?
fucking warlord. Yeah,
With
yeah.
accent?
Yeah. So I can say whatever the fuck
I
I want.
want.
Like to anyone that I want. And people come like, no, that's offensive.
You're
I'm
like,
dude,
well,
I'm
why'd
a
you
fucking
hear?
warlord.
look at where you are.
Exactly. Like, what do you want? What do you think a warlord's gonna say to you?
I like your shoes, mate.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, man, I'll tear it to people. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. I don't think Legacy ever did one.
Of those, I don't know. What do you? Because he's a
was
crowd
busy.
worker.
Yeah.
So it would just be. I can't actually imagine him writing stuff beforehand.
Nah.
Yeah, I
he
think
loves it.
that's like his.
During Fringe, he probably doesn't want me to tell you this story, but me and him.
Oh, don't worry. I've made a deal with him that I will make sure this podcast keeps going until he gets back.
Okay.
And then he's coming
okay,
on.
perfect.
Because he was supposed to come on right before he left,
Right.
but stuff happened. It didn't happen.
Okay.
So he's coming on next. Oh, I think he's back in January, maybe. I don't know.
Yeah.
I hope I'm not revealing secrets and no one's not meant to know.
Nah, I don't know. But you should definitely get him up.
Yeah, for
Anyway,
sure.
So
100%, yeah.
we had this gig, right? It was booked by this girl. She knew a bunch of people that, the people that owned Voodoo Lounge.
Yeah.
You know, the big strip club, Voodoo Lounge.
I don't.
Mrs. Tambo, she doesn't know. But she knew them, and the Voodoo Lounge people were interested in doing a comedy show. So,
At Voodoo Lounge?
At Voodoo Lounge.
True.
So they did this show. It was called what was it called? All the Ladies Night or some shit. But the entire audience was full of like horny fucking middle-aged ladies, white ladies, right? And the booking was like me, Legacy, Wolfie. I don't know if you know Wolfie.
No.
He's a beast. Probably the best comic.
I'll put
One
a
of the best
photo of
comics.
him right here.
Yeah, Andrew Wolf, I should
Wolf,
say,
okay.
And a couple other guys, and then these female comics. And obviously, you've seen Legacy.
Yeah.
He kills.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah.
But I was MC. Legacy was just doing a spot, and we bombed so bad with those ladies. We ate, dude. It was like one of the worst bombs we've ever had.
I feel like they would have gone there going, this is strip club. We're going to see some...
Do you know why we bombed?
Because you kept your clothes on.
Well, while we're doing the show, there's hot dudes around with their clothes off.
Hey, you're just...
And we're the only guys in there without our clothes on. And we're trying to be like, oh, so Mark McGowan and this new vaccine policy.
And then you got Johnny just like, woo!
Yeah, these guys are in like thongs like around the place. And dude, we bombed so bad, but all the female acts that they killed. It was like ridiculous. Like all the girls like destroyed, and all the guys just bombed terribly. And I remember, like Legacy was up there, and because he's doing crowd work, so he's trying to talk to these girls. And he goes, "Oh, I get it. It's because I have my clothes on," or something like that. But yeah, that was humbling. Yeah, it was a fun show. I did one. We were supposed to do like 4 of them.
Yeah.
But we were so bad they kicked us off.
He's got more females to come.
Yeah, she kicked off all the dudes, and then she just booked all the females that were in the city, and that was the right move to make. And yeah, that was fucking crazy.
Oh man. I think that's it.
That's
Don't
it?
There's nothing more. Oh my god, just swallowed my gum.
Dude, I had a great time.
Thank you. Yeah,
That
thank
was
you for
fun.
coming on. I show great appreciation to anyone that says yes.
No,
So, like,
absolutely.
thank you so much for
Thank
coming
you for
on.
having
Thank
me.
you for so quickly as well. Like I messaged you on Tuesday and it's Sunday today. And we're already here.
Yeah,
Look at
man,
that.
absolutely.
I guess this is your time. You got 3 cameras, Get in the middle of all of them.
All right.
Say whatever you want to say to the people.
Well, I'll plug my social media. Thabo Tshuma, ThaboTshuma. Follow me. I need to get better at social media. I'm so bad at it.
That's what I'm trying to do as well.
Right, yeah, dude, I'm so bad at it. But I post jokes. I'm on Threads. You on Threads yet?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Get onto the Threads. Threads is fun. My Threads is the same as my Instagram, Thabo Tshuma. I post jokes on there all the time. And Instagram, I'm going to start posting more clips of my stand-up because I don't really do that. I don't know why, though. I'm fucking retarded.
They would, they would slap. I do.
Yeah.
I've got one. That one, the camera's turned off, so I think we're running out of battery now. So we gotta quickly, I've got a thing. I'll put it just at the end. My favorite skit from you.
Okay.
I'll let you finish. Keep going. Keep telling people what you want. I know that one will be. Something's flashing on it. Go.
Yeah.
Split. Go. I'll put it on the screen. Go.
In a podcast.
Yes.
It's going to come back. That was my podcast. I'm going to get you on when it comes back.
Yeah.
And that's it for me.
Yes, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember, YouTube, absolute nonsense. Remember, Instagram, absolute.nonsense. That one's still on. Yes. Bye. The thing I say is, toodaloo.
Oh, sweet.
I didn't want to bring this up, but I got my ass eaten earlier this week. Anyone here ever had their ass eaten before? Fuck yeah. Yeah, you have? Man, have you ever had your ass eaten before? Fellas, if you've never gotten your ass eaten, there is no masculine way to get your ass eaten. There's no masculine way to get your ass eaten. When she did it, she like pushes me into the bed, right? Lifts up my legs like that, hands me my own ankles, right? She handed me my own fucking ankles, man. And I'm a fat dude, my titties are up here. I'm like struggling to breathe and shit. I look like a rotisserie chicken from Woolies. Giving birth to the stuffing, and she's just aggressive. I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? Like Golem from Lord of the Rings and shit. It's fucking traumatizing, man. So I'm like, sweet, I'm trying to like say the safe word we didn't establish and shit. I'm like, sweetie, listen, you need to stop, I can't breathe. She's like, oh yeah, take that, George Floyd. And I'm like, what the fuck? So I farted in her face, right? And